practice 8 for section 4.4. We're going to tell whether the angles or sides are corresponding angles, corresponding sides, or neither. So we're going to look at angle N and angle P. Angle N and angle P, do they correspond? Notice how this has 2 arcs, this has 3 arcs. So they don't correspond. Angle N would correspond with angle O, I guess that is. Nope, that's a Q. So we're going to put neither for this one. These do not correspond. Angle M and angle P. Now those ones each have matching arcs, so they correspond. So we're going to put corresponding angles. Segment OM and segment RP. Here's segment OM. We're going from 1 arc to 3 arcs. Segment RP, 1 arc to 3 arcs. So those are corresponding sides. Segment NO goes from 2 arcs to 1 arc. Segment QP goes from 2 arcs to 3 arcs. These are not corresponding parts. Next part, decide whether the congruence statement is true. Explain your reasoning. So they're going to give you 2 triangles. Now they're telling you that these 2 triangles are congruent. So maybe they are, maybe they aren't. Maybe they're congruent and this statement isn't accurate. So those are the things you got to watch out for. I see a pair of congruent sides and a second pair of congruent sides, and I notice that there's a shared side. This segment is on both triangles, so it's definitely congruent to itself. You have 2 triangles that have 3 pairs of congruent sides. So these are congruent triangles. You just got to make sure that the statement matches. Are the parts corresponding, just like we did up here? Okay, so let's look at triangle IHJ. IHJ. Does that go with JHK? Does I go with J? I is an angle between 1 slash mark and 2 slash marks. J is an angle between 1 slash mark and 3 slash marks. So this is a false congruent statement. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to provide an accurate one. I needs to go with K. H goes with H. And J goes with J. Number 6, we got a pair of congruent sides, a second pair of congruent sides, and then a third pair of congruent sides. These are congruent triangles by side, side, side. But is this statement accurate? Triangle LPS. Does that go with triangle PLN? Well, let's look. Does L, that's between 2 marks and 3 marks, does that go with P? P is between 2 marks and 3 marks. So that's okay. Does P on this triangle, 1 mark and 3 marks, go with L, 1 mark and 3 marks? It does. So this is good. They're congruent by side, side, side. And the statement is accurate as well because the parts correspond. 3 pairs of congruent sides. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't have to be a translation. It's okay that this one goes with this one. It's okay that this one goes with this one. You got 3 pairs of congruent sides. It doesn't matter if the triangle's turned or flipped or slid. Check the statement. ACE. Does A go with B? A is between one mark and 2 marks. So is B. So that's good. C is between 1 mark and 3 marks. D is between 1 mark and 3 marks. It's not. So these are congruent triangles. A does go with B. C needs to go with F. And E needs to go with D. 1 pair of congruent sides, 2 pairs of congruent sides. Shared side is your third pair. Is this statement accurate? Does S go with U? It does. Does T go with T? It does. Does V go with V? It does. You got to watch. T doesn't always go with T. It does in this picture. But there's sometimes T will not go with itself because the triangle on the other side is flipped, perhaps. So this is true by side, side, side.